Welcome back to another Notebook Check tech review. I've got the latest Dell XPS 13 here, the Kaby Lake version Core i7 with the QHD Plus screen in it. It's almost exactly the same as the one we tested 1 year ago on Notebook Check, but we've done the review. We've also got a Core i5 version of this. What I'm going to do is run you through the test results of this. Short story is, it's still a fantastic Windows PC. 13-inch, very, very small for 13-inch. And there's a lot of good things to say about the screen, the build quality, battery life, but we'll get into that. Before I do that though, I've got two more devices that I've just turned up while I've been setting up this video, and just to give you an idea of what's coming up on Notebook Check in the next, well actually this will be probably 4 or 5 days, maybe 3 or 4 after the XPS video goes up. I have no idea what's in here. I think there's a Lenovo. I think that. Aha! Now this is interesting. What do we have here? We have Yoga Book. Which one is this? 10.1-inch Yoga Book. Wow, that looks small. Video for that will be coming up soon. Then we've got. What have we got here? We have, I have no idea, the Spin 7. The Acer Spin 7, which is also a really interesting 2-in-1 convertible. Oh, wait a minute. There's 3. This must be the 510S. It is the Lenovo 510S. But let's get back to that Dell XPS 13 now, and I'll give you some of the Notebook Check tech review scores and the roundup score at the end of the video. So as you can see there, it's the rose-colored one. Someone's following a trend, Dell. It actually looks quite nice, although I personally prefer silver or black, but that's an interesting color combination there. The really cool thing about the XPS 13, before you look at any review of this, is the size of it. This is an 11-inch 2-in-1. Now the sizing is almost the same. It is pretty much an 11-inch device with a 13-inch screen. There's also absolutely nothing between the two of those devices there. That's the Lenovo 710, Yoga 710 by the way, which I've had for a while. This is the Dell XPS 13 with a QHD Plus screen. What I'm going to do is run down some of the performance characteristics for you now from our tests. Let's take a look at the screen first. So there are the test results for the screen testing we did at Notebook Check, and as you can see, maximum screen brightness there, 390 nits. I've got it next to the Lenovo 710, which comes in at around 300 nits maximum screen brightness, so you can see a little bit more power there. It still has the adaptive display control on it, so for different contrast scenarios, the backlight is slightly adjusted. There was a fix for last year's version. I'm not sure if there's a fix for this QHD version 2017. In our tests, we found the same panel, so I suspect the same fix is available. One thing I will mention, last year when I tested the QHD version for power usage at full brightness, it really was taking a lot of power. This one, out of the box, at full power, is actually going down to 3.5 watts, 3.8 watts, which is pretty impressive for full backlight power. I think the previous one we tested was going up to 6-7 watts. So it's a massive difference between low backlight and high backlight energy. So this looks to be a bit better. We'll take a look at the battery life figures a little bit later on. Color accuracy, getting towards 100% of sRGB, which is not too bad. Out of the box, the color accuracy was below 5 deltas, 4 point something and 3.8 something for the grays, I believe. After some calibration, we got that down to sort of 2, 1.8, 2.5. So there's definitely a reasonable screen here. Just a reminder, if the deltas get down to 2 or around 2, you really can't tell the difference between the colors on the screen and the colors in real life. Anything under 5 is acceptable. Anything over 5, starting to get a little bit washy in terms of colors. Contrast on this though is fantastic, 1500 to 1. So it means outdoor usage is going to be quite good. Having said that, it's a glossy screen. So you've got that to battle with as well. 390 nits plus that high contrast means for a nice indoor experience, as long as you can find yourself a nice shaded area to watch this screen, it should be pretty nice. A quick look around the ports then. You've got the SD card reader here and a USB 3 port. On the other side you've got your USB-C 3.1 Gen 2 with Thunderbolt, and you've got USB 3 as well. Display port can be passed through the USB port as well, so you've got external display options. There's that little battery charge indicator there, which is really handy just to be checking your battery when it's off before you pull it out and turn it on. Keyboard on the XPS 13, just as good as the last one, no changes there. You've got a backlight on the keys there. It's nice, and it's got a nice feel to it, nice click through. The travel on the keys is not that long, so if you're looking for a professional level keyboard, this might not be for you, but it's great for mobile devices. The whole fit and finish around here looks really nice, this carbon fiber effect, rubberized top, and of course the edge-to-edge screen makes it really look nice. On the back you've got that little panel that's hiding all the ugly serial number information, and there are the screws. You can get the back off. It's not easy, and there's not much to upgrade inside, but if you're looking at upgrading the SSD, you can get the back off this. Now let's get on to the performance. Kaby Lake Core i7 in here. There's not much difference between this and the previous generation. If you look at the multi-CPU scores, Cinebench for example, only 1% more powerful. On the graphics side of things, there's a look at some of the gaming. As you can see, there's a little bit of gaming there available. It's only entry level though, as you would expect on all of these Ultrabook style platforms. With the 3D Mark 11 score, you'll see around, I think, 7% improvement for this version over the i7 version, sorry, the i5 version of this Kaby Lake. There's an indication of around 10 to 20% over last gen Intel Graphics 520. So the Intel Graphics 620 is a little bit more powerful in here, but once again, you're not really into barrier-free gaming experiences. No real noise issues to worry about here. There's a little bit of heat build-up that we detected under performance settings with our load test up to about 50 degrees, which is quite warm, but that is a little bit extreme. And Dell do have a little system setting that allows you to keep it cooler. Obviously that will cap the performance a little bit if that's important to you, to keep things cool while you're working, typing away on your lap, then the settings are there to allow you to do that. 60 watt-hour battery inside this, so for this class of device, actually extremely good. And we're getting 8.5 hours Wi-Fi browsing at 150 nits out of it, which is a really excellent score. Dell seem to have done a very good job at making this extremely efficient and packing in a really big battery. So let's talk about a few of the cons, a few of the downsides to the XPS 13. You've got that weirdly placed webcam there, which gives you a little bit of an up-the-nose webcam experience if you're Skyping. The built-in speakers aren't that good, and it tends to be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet around here, this rubberized stuff, and it's difficult to clean as well, actually. So watch out for that. But in general, a pretty good experience here, and 88% was our final score. There's a breakdown of the scores across all the categories that we tested. Of course, the full review's over at Notebookcheck. Check out the full i7 review and the i5 review. They're both up on Notebookcheck now. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. As you've seen, we've got other devices coming up, including that Yoga 11, Yoga 10, which I'm really looking forward to testing. We've also got the MacBook Pro coming in, and there's a few other devices lined up as well. Don't forget to subscribe to get notification, and thumbs up if you got anything out of this video. Suggestions below. And we look forward to seeing you on the next Notebookcheck Tech Review.